In your consumer news this morning, Elwood Edwards, the voice of AOL's iconic greeting, "You've Got Mail," has died at the age of 74. More than 30 years ago, Edwards recorded 4 iconic lines for what was then a little-known company called America Online. Those 4 phrases were "Welcome," "You've Got Mail," "Files Done," and "Goodbye." Sorry, I can't say it like him, but you remember, I know. Those words would eventually be heard by hundreds of millions of people and become a key part of the AOL experience, propelling Edwards' voice to worldwide fame. Decades later, any former AOL user can probably still recognize that voice. Roughly 512,000 Govee Life and Govee Smart Electric space heaters are being recalled this morning for safety reasons. Officials say they can overheat and pose a potential fire or burn hazard. Officials say there have been more than 100 related incidents that resulted in 7 reported fires and even 1 minor burn injury. The Chinese manufactured heaters under recall were sold online for the past 3 years, so be sure to check yours. The drop in gas prices has slowed due to a rare November hurricane that's brewing in the Gulf. According to the American Automobile Association, the national average for a gallon of gas only fell by 3 cents since last week, dropping to $3.10. A AAA spokesperson says there's often a hold on gas prices with the hurricane in the Gulf, which can threaten oil production and refining. And as the weather cools, it's time to snuggle up with a good book. And it turns out many readers have their hearts set on romance. Naomi Ruckham tells us about the boom in romance-only bookstores and what's attracting readers of all backgrounds.
Fun and inviting.
For Leah Koch, the story started in 2016 when she and her sister opened the nation's first ever romance bookstore in Los Angeles.
We really opened the kind of store that we would want to shop at.
Last year, the sisters began their next chapter, unveiling a second location of the Ripped Bodice in Brooklyn.
Which one do you think you should buy? Well, all of them.
The store is fun, flirty, and fabulous, with books ranging from tame to whatever your heart desires.
Romance novels have to have a happy ending. Now, in the olden times, that meant, married with children. These days, really, it's just the happy part.
And that happily ever after is reaching farther than ever before, with at least 18 romance bookstores now open across the U.S. Print book sales in the genre are on fire, from 17 million units in 2019 to nearly 40 million in 2023. Industry experts say readers' interest ballooned during the pandemic.
Really, 2 things happened during that time. The first is that Bridgerton was released on Netflix in early 2020, and that kind of grew the appetite for, these romance-focused stories. And then it was also the emergence of book talk, and passionate readers are posting videos and sharing the books that they're interested in and excited about reading.
Women own and operate the growing number of romance bookstores, and most of their clientele are women too. Readers Carla Ponce and Christina Henricks say they used to feel shame over their romance reading, even using book covers in public.
It's just so nice to finally be able to see that romance is actually finally getting accepted the way it wasn't really before.
Our generation is so open in general with everything that has to do with love that it's just so normal now to read it and talk about it.
For romance authors, readers, and store owners alike, it's a fairy tale come true.
Unit sales so far this year show romance is up 6% compared to last year and is expected to stay strong. One key trend this year, the romantasy subgenre, which combines romance and fantasy.